Welcome to Rise and Learn English. Today we are going to talk about a word that is usually negative: addiction. Usually we think of addiction as something bad. Addiction to sugar, addiction to social media, addiction to bad habits. But what if I told you that addiction is the secret to fluency? Think about it. You don't need willpower to check your phone. You don't need motivation to eat chocolate. You do it because your brain craves it. You do it because it gives you a hit of dopamine. Most English learners fail because they rely on willpower. They force themselves to study boring grammar books. They force themselves to memorize lists. This is painful. And because the brain hates pain, eventually, you quit. Today, we are going to flip the script. We are going to stop forcing and start craving. We are going to turn English into a positive addiction. If you can make your brain need English the way it needs coffee, fluency becomes inevitable. The first step to getting addicted is the dopamine hack. Dopamine is the chemical in your brain that makes you feel good. It is the reward chemical. To get addicted to English, you must associate English with pleasure, not pain. Stop reading textbooks that make you sleep. Stop listening to audio that bores you. From today, you are only allowed to consume English content that makes you laugh, cry, or feel excited. If you love football, watching the Premier League in English is not studying. It is entertainment. If you love mystery novels, reading Agatha Christie in English is not work. It is a puzzle. You need to retrain your brain. Right now, your brain thinks, English, I work, I pain. We need to change the equation to English, I'm fun, I dopamine. When you find a YouTuber you love or a Netflix series you can't stop watching, you are not just passing time, you are building an addiction to the language. The second step is temptation bundling. This is a powerful psychological trick. You take something you have to do, learn English, and bundle it with something you love to do. For example, maybe you love drinking your morning coffee. Make a rule. I can only drink my delicious coffee while I am reading in English. Maybe you love eating chocolate. Make a rule. I can only eat a piece of chocolate after I finish 5 minutes of shadowing. By linking the treat with the task, your brain starts to look forward to the task. You will wake up thinking, I want to read English, because your brain actually wants the coffee. Over time, the English itself becomes the reward. You are hacking your own psychology to crave the learning process. The third step is the cliffhanger effect. Why do you binge watch TV shows on Netflix? Because the episode ends at an exciting moment. You have to know what happens next. You can use this for English. Never stop studying when you are bored. Stop when you are interested. If you are reading a story and it gets exciting, close the book. Walk away. It sounds crazy, but this creates a tension in your brain. Your brain hates unfinished business. It is called the Zeigarnik effect. All day long, your brain will be thinking about that story. It will be itching to get back to it. You are creating a hunger for the language. If you study until you are exhausted and bored, your brain remembers the boredom. If you stop when you are excited, your brain remembers the excitement. Leave yourself wanting more. The fourth step is the streak. Human beings are addicted to numbers. We love seeing numbers go up. This is why video games are addictive. You can gamify your English. Download a habit tracking app or just use a red pen and a calendar. Every day that you speak English for 10 minutes, put a big red X on the calendar. Your goal is simple. Don't break the chain. After 5 days, you have a chain. You don't want to break it. After 20 days, you are protecting that chain with your life. The addiction shifts from learning English to keeping the streak alive. It doesn't matter what motivates you as long as you do it every day. The streak becomes your boss. It keeps you consistent on the days when you feel lazy. The fifth step is social addiction. We are social animals. We crave connection. The strongest addiction is not to a substance, but to a person. If you can make a friend who only speaks English, you will become addicted to the language because you are addicted to the friendship. You want to tell them your secrets. You want to hear their stories. You want to gossip. The language is no longer a subject. It is the bridge to that person. If you cannot find a real-life friend, find a parasocial friend. This is a podcaster or a YouTuber you listen to every day. You feel like you know them. You care about their life. When you miss a day of listening, you feel like you miss your friend. This emotional connection is the glue that makes the language stick. The sixth step is identity shifting. An addict doesn't say, "I am trying to smoke." They say, "I am a smoker." It is part of who they are. You need to shift your identity. Stop saying, "I am trying to learn English." Start saying, "I am an English speaker." Change your environment to match this identity. When an addict walks into their house, everything reminds them of their addiction. Your house should be the same. Post-it notes on the mirrors, English books on the coffee table, English radio playing in the background. Your phone set to English. When you look around your life, it should scream, "English speaker." You are designing an environment where it is easier to do English than to avoid it. Finally, you must embrace the micro-high. You don't need to study for an hour to get the benefit. You can get a micro-high of English in 30 seconds. While you are waiting for the elevator, read one meme in English. While you are brushing your teeth, listen to one song. These tiny doses keep the addiction alive. They prevent the withdrawal symptoms of forgetting. If you wait 24 hours between English sessions, the fire goes out. If you sprinkle English throughout your day like confetti, the fire stays hot. You are living in a constant state of low-level immersion. So, how do you know if you are addicted? You know you are addicted when you start dreaming in English. You know you are addicted when you drop a glass and swear in English. You know you are addicted when you skip a day and you feel wrong, like something is missing. This is the goal. We don't want English to be a chore. We want it to be a hunger. We want it to be the thing you look forward to at the end of a long day. So throw away the boring books, find the joy, bundle the temptations, keep the streak, and let yourself fall in love with the language. Once you are addicted, fluency is just a matter of time.